you're starting a day, upper body day, we're gonna do those falling plyo push-ups. So fall, catch yourself in that deep push-up. So hands elevated, so landing deeper than you can, or than like normal. So it's not just landing up here, and then explode it into the, drop it into the plyo push-ups. I'll pair that with, we're gonna do some med ball. I think we'll just do the hug twist still. So first one's always toughest. Get going, and you kind of knock the rust off. Take on that impact, so we're gonna get this kind of help us get ready for our benching today. Where is my big ball? Switch a little heavier ball today. Again, working on fast rotations. All right, we're gonna bench press and our rows and our hanging cobras next. So we're gonna just work up to a heavy set of 1. We'll see how we go. We might go for a 1 rep max. We'll see how we're feeling. Then we're gonna mix in the gorilla rows as well. Go heavy on those, sets of 5 throughout. So we're gonna work to that heavy set, and then we're gonna do, we're gonna drop and get some volume in today with the 8x5, the old fall back to the trusty hypertrophy clusters. So we're working up to a heavy set of 1. Drop back. Not doing the exact hypertrophy clusters program. If you want that, go buy that program from Jake Tour. A great program. I've done it many times, and now I'm just taking like the principles of that. I like the cluster sets for the, you're doing more sets and less reps rather than just doing the typical 4x10 or whatever, 3x8, 3x10. So you're doing more sets, less reps, focusing more on form, power, and doing more weight. So you can do it that way. When you do cut the sets in half, or double the sets, cut the reps in half. So we're just gonna work our way up to a heavy set of 1, then do drop set 8x5 on bench, while mixing in the gorilla rows as well. And then we'll hit our, what do you call it? The hanging side cobras, get some more spinal working, get that side bending, get the rib cage moving, get everything feeling good, get those shoulders feeling good as well. So we're still light here. Just did a bar set. No, it's got 95, so we're just gonna work our way up, get loose. And with the 8x5, I am gonna work on the peak velocity. I have the VBT on. This is a track. Again, intent. Yes, when you train along as I do, you know kind of your intent, but sometimes it just helps to have this to kind of gamify it and make sure your reps are going as fast as possible on our raising our concentric portion of the lift. that as the top set. And we'll go from there. So now we're going to drop. Let's see what we can do. Let's go probably. We'll drop like 65-70%, and then we'll hit our 8x5. Again, trying to move it fast with intent. Again, upper body bench press is typically going to be slower than like a squat if you're moving it fast, or like a deadlift to pull. Just especially for me, I don't have as much power in my upper body. That's why I work on this stuff. So we'll figure out the equation. We'll figure out the numbers. We'll take the weight off. We'll hit our sets, those, and then we'll do the gorilla rows with them as well, 8x5 on both of them, and then we'll get on with the rest of our workout. So let's go. Alright, just finished up benching and rowing, and I think I had 5 total reps out of the 40 that were under the that peak velocity that I was looking for. So not too bad. It was always like the last rep too, that 5th rep. You know, the first ones are flying, and that last one you're a little gassed, a little winded, a little fatigued, but fight through it. So next we are going to do the bear arm circles, shoulder circles. Again, move those shoulders through 4 ranges of motion. Then we're going to pair that with the chin-ups. We're doing those giant sets. So we got the same weight, 35 pounds. We're going to go 35 reps this week. So we went 25 first week, 30 the next week. We'll go 35 total this week, and see how many sets it takes us to get there. No specific sets and reps prescribed. Just 35 reps. Get that in however you need to get to it. So obviously we're not going to do sets of 1 or anything like that. But again, maybe it's 10, then it's 8, then it's whatever. So building up to that 35. So for these, we're just on the shoulder, we're just doing 2 sets of 10, and then on those, we'll do a giant set of 35. So let's get to work. Little sneak. All right, we're gonna finish up with that tricep ISO, excuse me, ISO holds. We'll do the waiter hold. We'll do the excuse me, like extended depth push-up isometrics, and then we'll do band pull apart iso hold. So we'll start with the waiter hold. Just increase the time by 30 seconds each time. Last week I really struggled with these, so we're gonna go back, stay the same as last week, and work to hit that. So 1.5 minutes, 2.5, 2.5 on the other two. So iso holds, finish it out. We'll be good for the day.